Hello, future me here. Apparently past me messed up two of the VODs, so unfortunately the video quality is much worse than it should be. Very sorry about that, but I hope you're able to enjoy the video anyway. Also, welcome back. Continuing on, there's a bad tie going on. It's rather bad. Food. I was looking at the food, the stats before, and food, plenty of food. Water, it's not so good. With 24 beavers, it's going to run out just before the bad tide ends, which means that really going to need to rush to pump water and rehydrate the beavers before they die of water starvation, which is potentially a bit of a problem. It means that they really need to focus on storing up more water before anything else. So I've got to devise a plan for that. So yeah, food is alright for the population, but water is a problem. And this is where hard difficulty gets to be tricky. Is because the wet season where the water is flowing is so short, it's only 3 days. Like, we've had consistent 3 days of wet season before the next drought or bad tide comes, then there's barely enough time to actually capture water. I mean, having so many pumps kind of helps, but yeah, we do need to develop an area to actually store water. And more importantly, I need to properly divert the bad tide, because I want to use this area for storage. I actually want to use a little bit of storage down here, but like currently over here is contaminated, and up here is contaminating down here, which is annoying. And I think the best way to solve that is to start really investing into metalworking. So I'm going to slap down a smelter there. Oh, yep. It's got the T-piece, so that's fine. And, we're just going to get that going. We've got the windmills up and running, which means we're going to start cranking out smelters that way as well. And on top of that, I think metal was yeah, these were loose piles, so we need loose piles. Against my better judgment is probably put, you know what, get rid of that, yeah, empty that out. Pleasant, thank you, because this thing can hold a lot of logs. We'll make this hold scrap metal, and we'll unpause that and start collecting scrap. Dynamite, that too, we are working towards unlocking explosives. Well, I think most of the explosives has actually been unlocked in saying that. Which is also a very good point. Should really unlock this thing, which again needs refined metal anyway. So working on metal is definitely... So yeah, need to devise a way of sort of diverting the bad water from here as soon as possible so that I can actually store more water. And yeah, just generally make times a bit happier, because I need to do something with this bad water here, because it just contaminates the whole bottom end, and I can't use this to store water or anything for now until that's sort of dealt with. I mean, I've got a few half-baked dumb ideas already cooking, but it's no good if I can't do anything with it. I wonder if the overall goal is just back up, like maybe dam off up here. Oh yeah, so before that, let me back up a step. The other thing that I need to work towards unlocking is the sluice, which again also needs metal. Also the double and triple dynamite. Yeah, so my sort of thinking is maybe the eventual goal is to dam this up into, so it bottles up into, or it lifts itself up into the same height as this aqueduct, and we feed everything into the, make a new bridge that spans into this aqueduct, send it all the way around the map, like around here, around the back here, and then around here, or maybe just dump it straight in there, or maybe T-piece it here, dump clean water down there and bad water off the map or something. And then so the eventual goal is, because of the way this update works, is we need to build a bunker base, because we can do that now. So you can use the overhangs to sink the entire base, or the entire colony underground. And that's the eventual goal, is maybe just to have all farmland up here, and then maybe in the center, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but sink everything underground. That'd be fun. So yeah, have like an aqueduct along here and all the way around. It can drop bad water off. It can also pick up this bad water here too. I think that would be rather interesting. But those are long-term goals. For now, I need to store more water here again. So maybe put a dam wall across here using the sluices, divert the bad water right around the back, and then around here. The only downside is that requires a lot of levying. So like I'll be running levees like right across here, say. Maybe not exactly like there, but something like that. But let me map it out so you can see. You know, and then sluice, levee, whatever that, and then bad water diversions around here. We'll need to demolish these trees. In fact, as a bit of a distraction, do that now. Oh, it's actually the same height. Nice. You can come across there, you can come across there. I will go to the trouble of putting a lumberjack in and actually cutting them down because we do sort of need, because the trees keep dying from drying out, they do sort of need, I do sort of need a supply of trees. I'm going to hold off on the maximum height just to try and make it a little bit cheaper. That's why I was a bit hesitant. Oh, you're going to build it already. Okay then. That's why I was a little hesitant, because I don't want to overcommit resources. Ah, excellent. And as predicted, the beavers are very much lacking in water, which means you need to start pumping very quickly. I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't even see how long it had been at 0 for. Yep, there it is. Going to backfill over everything as it do. The farmers can be resumed. How are we doing for jobs? -15. That's concerning. Oh, we has our first array of windmills ready. Excellent. This is good. Things are happening very fast. I need to try and keep up. I noticed this yesterday as well. I was falling behind quite consistently. Get the shaft in. I mean, actually, I don't need to do that. So I can do that instead. You can scoop that up. Alright, you're finishing the planting. You see how quickly the food goes down though. We've annihilated half of the storage. But we got I did focus on these large warehouses for food storage, and I think that was a worthy endeavour. It's the last of the berries. And as long as we're not digging into... Where is the berry storage? There it is. Yeah. They're still full up on berries. Yeah, another 3-day drought. That's right. Okay then. Oh, look at that. The tree was finally cut. Uh-oh, we're out of trees. Tree was cut. Alright, so while there's light, we'll try and finish planning this. So I want this to either like dump that away. Probably the way to do it is like that, and then alternatively dump that away. And then we're going to want a sluice box like that. Just need the two of them, and then 2 like that. This 2 vertical is, in my mind, is the same as 2 horizontal, and probably going to regret that choice in the future, but we'll roll with it for now. Yeah, then this is an ambitious project, but a project nonetheless. You know, just wraps around here, and then hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. This is why I'm thinking I might need to make it higher. You know, it wraps around here, comes around here, and finally splashes down there. Can we select the road, please? No, we cannot. There we go. So yeah. Comes, you know, we divert the bad water all the way around, and then splash down there. Now the reason why I filled in the corners is so that I can run a path along the top before anyone asks. So I can run the path along the top, and that ensures that it all gets built. Yeah, like that. Something like that. And then I'll have to delete all the path when I inevitably discover that it's not high enough. It's a little bit of future intention there. I mean, what that future intention is, no idea, but there's some future intentions being laid out. It's the groundwork for some future plans. Yeah, and then we just need to mow the trees, and then I can have the rest of the thing flow around. And that'll be that. I'm just dropping these down to indicate where more potential windmills could go. I had this mind of putting in the industrial stuff up here, but I don't think it's going to happen. That's why I'm sort of hesitant, but realistically, I want them down here close to the beavers to minimize traveling distance. And then long term, I'm going to want a thingy to go over the top. And there's the drought. There we go, and yeah. Game just sort of... Right, our priorities are really this lot here. All of this needs to be built, please. Because I really want to eliminate the water wheel. Well, I can't eliminate the water wheel as such, but I really want to eliminate it. People say getting into baking is inexpensive. Just a little dough is all you need. Yes. Yes, it is. Got to watch out for this, because 3 out of 4 planks, 1 more plank. Because if someone's behind here building this, and this gets built, then they're going to be trapped forever. Or at least until someone comes at, like, someone's going to get trapped behind this thing. I can guarantee, I can see it happening now. So I'm actually going to low prioritize these. I may even need to go to the point of pausing it, because yeah, 12 out of 12, they're just going to go build it. There we go. That's all I wanted. Make sure nobody gets stuck. It's funny, the path paused, but it'll automatically build itself. It doesn't actually matter. I think you actually has a lot of spatterdock in you. And I was correct in that assertion. So we need a grill here and here. The reason I want 2 is I actually want to move this one. So you're doing grilled potatoes. So you're now doing grilled potatoes. You're doing grilled spatterdock. And then there'll be a third one doing grilled chestnuts. During the drought season, I'd like to be able to open the upper gate based on the water level. You can do that automatically now with sluices. These things here, the sluices. Until I get this thing, I won't be able to build them though. And what I'm planning on doing is demolishing these, and oh, that just dried out a layer. The eventual plan is to have this automatically top this up to like 0.4 as we go along. Yeah, so you can open and close them depending on contamination, but also it depends on the depth. For something like this here, you do need to stack them for every layer. Like it took me a little while to really get the hang of how they worked. Didn't know the controls were that good. Yeah. They're actually pretty powerful, as I say. Like, I put one at the bottom once, or like here, it won't do anything. It needs to hang over here. Like it needs to, the tile in front of it, when we're placing it, the tile in front of it needs to be what it sees. So if you put it here, it will see here and try to maintain the level of this tile here in front of it. Or if I put one here, it'll try and maintain here, which means it'll just constantly dump water. It won't actually work. And then you need to do it for every height level too. Like here, it will back up because I'm going to back up these 2 tiles. The bottom tile will close because it goes above it, so you need one above it with the same settings. That way it overtops. So it means you need to build more of them, which is more costly on metal, but eventually that's not an issue. The sluice needs to see the tile in front of it to maintain the level, and if you want it to back up higher than the sluice, then you need to stack more sluices on top of it. I think that's the way to put it, to phrase it. Ah, no, 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 no. We don't want that. We need to rehydrate you, please. Go. I think I need a depth gauge. Yeah, dump more. Go. Chance of fires breaking out with the wooden gears. I am also glad that isn't a thing. I don't like silly mechanics like that. I suppose what I could eventually do is have this dump here. Oh, that's actually really annoying to do. But have it dump like bad water out and around. But I did want to eventually make this do things. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted it to do things. Well, mine is 8. Oh, damn. We're short a lot of beavers. Lost interest in Oni right around the time they added germs. Yeah, a lot of people lost interest in Oni when they first added germs. It's actually kind of a shame because it is an interesting mechanic. It's just so clumsily implemented that it's hard to really work with it. Pump could go directly into tank. That is the one thing that is genuinely missing from this game is pipe-based mechanics. In theory, you sort of can build pipes now, but it's not really... That gives me an interesting thought. I could build an underwater watercourse now, using the impermeable floors, and then I can pack dirt on top. Interesting. So you could actually build a cistern under the town. I know maybe it'll be a district. Maybe we'll do a second district which is sunken, and then another one with a cistern type arrangement. It's like I build a district over here which is sunken, and then this one can have like cisterns where water bubbles up and stuff. And it's more of a previous update thing, but it's more possible now because we've got full 3D terrain now. You don't have... Oh, you're stonked up anyway. Yeah, because builders are busy doing other stuff. So they're not... So builders act as haulers in the district centre when they're not doing anything, but if they're too busy doing things, then they're not going to do anything other than just keep on building. They're not going to do any hauling if they're busy building. Thought that the only way to drain bad water would be for it to go to the natural flow exit. Yeah. I mean, any point is a flow exit. Like, I could build a little capture point here, like a really small thingy here, and just divert it back out the way it came, which makes no sense at all if you think about it, because it would just drain back into the river. So stupidly effective. It is. I'm sort of avoiding doing that just because it's not interesting to do. It's also too bad you can't have a, or you can have a mechanical lift pump, but it's not a filtering pump. A mechanical pumping pump, and then, you know, filling these things and not having beavers actually do any work would be nice. Arguably, that is the one thing missing from this game, is that level of automation. The game does take a bit of a blind brute force approach to all these things. Yeah, so this thing is for lifting water from one height to another. So if I wanted to like pump water from down here to up here, the way it works is it pumps on one side and what is it? Oh, 5 depth. So yeah, it'll take stuff from depth 5 and then place it. Yeah, it'll take stuff from where the nozzle is on the left-hand side and then dump it on the right-hand side back onto the map. So it doesn't actually stockpile it in any way. You still need these pumps to deliver the water to the colony. And once again, as these filter the water, it's slowly concentrating the bad water. Yeah, see, the blue line is actually the height of the water. 8.5, yeah. So that's actually setting the level. The only annoying thing with this is... Oh yeah, it's synchronizing to adjacent sluices, that's fine. Close above contamination, close above contamination, close above contamination. Yeah, so it'll maintain depth here. Oh, these sluices will now maintain depth here, and they will just shut off if bad water is behind it. The smelter's up, and we're smelting, so it means we're building sluices, which is great. Happy about that. I want to start emptying these so I can replace it with a big barrel. I unpause that, even though 3 bars on the top left represent. So these are the status of the colony. So this is adult beavers, child beavers, and this empty space is robot beavers. This is housing, and this is labour. Yeah, total number of beds, free beds, and homeless beavers. Total number of workers. It's kind of funny actually, because these two numbers are typically the same. Because adult beavers are also worker beavers. Children beavers can't be worker beavers. It's funny because this number should be like a total number of beavers, but there is no total number of beavers. You have to look at these two and add them together. And then this middle one is the unoccupied work, and then this is unemployed beavers, so beaver with a question mark. And even when they do have a job, they mostly sit on their tails. Oh, they're not sitting on their tails. Anyone sitting on their tails? Maybe over here. When the wind stops blowing that... Oh, there you go. He was sitting on his tail briefly. Yeah, see? Now he's sitting on his tail, wondering what to do with himself. Scratch his butt, maybe. Because this thing has no power, so he can't do anything. Because the wind's not blowing. Generally, they'll try and do something. Like, they'll try and shuffle more, get more materials, that kind of thing, when they run out of things to do. But I showed up for the job. Boss said it was important, so it's important. There we go. That wasn't so hard now, was it? Because I want that there. You need to store water, and I need this thing built super... I need a button above highest priority just to say, get this done now, or else. I feel like I sort of need a bridge across here, but that's more materials that I can't really spend on it. 18 out of 20. Probably when this thing sees 20 out of 20... What do sluices need? I don't need gears. Who needs gears? Because I might switch the geary with a planky. Do that now. Actually, did you get... No, you didn't. Never mind. We'll just open that up because we got 5 inventors running at the minute. And I really will need these built so I can get to the logs over there. Or deal with the trees over there. Because they're stocked up on logs, so the bottleneck is haulage. I mean, I do want to keep the inventors going, but hauling, like the whole logistics of the industry needs to be dealt with. Needs to be maintained, because these are struggling on supplies, so it's killing their, see 55%, 43% productivity, because they're spending most of their time hauling stuff. Connected to any district. What? Did I rotate it wrong? It's there, isn't it? Where is the door? Yeah, the door. That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing, that is. After all that. And you're built again. Alright, you also store water now, please. Now we'll store water properly. Alright, we've survived a few droughts now. Reasonably okay. We've got 3,400 food, which is pretty decent. 1,300 grilled potatoes, which is really good. I forget what it is for the other one. There's another one which is like fermented cassavas or something, and they're really bad. They're like nutritionally incredibly terrible. Might pause you just so other stuff can get done. Now what were you? 1,000 science. That's such a good upgrade though. It's so much more efficient. Tapper shack. unlock, because we need a tapper shack anyway. Look at that. They got all this lovely sap that's just begging to be tapped. Right, I'm going to put you over the water because it's convenient. Actually, I'm going to do one better and just unpause the majority of them. Send the bad water off the edge and that there. Yes, you can. I'm sort of avoiding doing that though, just because it's kind of... I've done it before and it's not that interesting. I'm trying to do things that are at least kind of interesting. Need something like that probably. A levee. Probably needs to be 4 wide, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I want this one always open, and then this one modulates, I think. Not actually sure. Yeah, think about that one. Everything will get done pretty quick eventually. It'll all just sort of happen. Like, this happened pretty quick. What about you? Not seeing planks. Oh yeah, because the planks are going in here. So as soon as this sees... It needs 2 more planks, and as soon as that sees planks, then that's done. And then the fun times will begin. Then things will start to really happen. There's your drought. Let's free up some workers. Oh, I know what I was supposed to do. It's not supposed to be a sluice at all. Like, I only need a single sluice there. I realized what I was doing wrong. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 6. There. And then this should just be a dam. That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, and then this will just trickle feed whatever's back behind there, downstream. Yeah, of course. It flies along. Yeah, another windmill's already done. Just like that. Another project to be done. Side quest. Which will turn into a main quest. Build up that there. Build up that there. We're eventually going to want to get up here and start activities. And we can start redirecting this bad water somewhere useful. Or at least less annoying. Yeah, this is the rehabilitation centre. This place looks after contaminated beavers. I've been eating the whiskey barrel. Yeah, instead of drinking, they're not only drinking the whiskey, they're eating the entire barrel that it came in too. Soaking the tails in bad water. It's what they have to go to the rehabilitation centre when they drink a barrel of bad water instead of a barrel of whiskey or something. So it probably doesn't hurt to at least build one just cheap and nasty gravity battery. It's not like the most efficient use of a gravity battery, but it's something. Oh yeah, and they collide there, of course. Alright, let's pause for a moment. Delete all that back. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. There we go. Let's make sure these get... oh, in fact, we can just push it out the way like so. Then I don't need to worry. There. I think that works. I think. Chuck it there just in case. And if it doesn't, then everything catches fire. Should actually start looking into wheat as well, which does require a mill. It also needs power. But we're sort of trying to build up towards the observatory just to make science collection a little bit more efficient. Eventually I want to flood this a tile higher. And then it's an iterative process. I could just continue to flood this higher and higher to add more water. At some point, when probably when this is built, then I'll redo this such that I can put the sluices in. I'll probably wait until like 7 days into a drought to do that though. I don't have to, but I'm kind of tempted to tell them to remove the stump. It's too bad you don't get anything out of the stumps. You get like a fraction of a plank, a log or something that you can then, by means of dubious video game logic, turn the fractions of a log into an entire log. So I suppose probably an even more efficient way of doing it is... Oh, okay, never mind. I was thinking maybe something like that would work, but no. You got to actually put a building on it. So it would make sense that grab something that's, you know, fairly substantial, like that, and that would delete it all. That works. I mean, it helps if I can place them consistently in a uniform manner. There we go. There you go. The place is clear now. I prioritize that, just to get it done. I actually place, I didn't really, yeah, you can't place it on the water source, of course. I don't know why I deleted that as well. I don't know why I'm building any of that, come to think of it. I mean, if I was really keen, I would go one step further and use an overhang, but I'm not going to. The route is here. Again. 26 days. Complete lack of respect for aesthetics. Exactly. Ain't nobody got time for aesthetics. I actually should start investing into well-being. What are we at? Oh, this doesn't say... Oh, I did select one briefly. There, make life easy. Yeah, 20%, 5%, 20%, well-being, 17, 15, 12. Yeah, so getting up to well-being 12 isn't a bad idea. Oh, someone's doing it, at least. It's where more builders also helps, and that's where you're really going to start pumping up the population, and I'm a little bit hesitant to do that just yet. There you go, smash those carrots. So what is this? Oh, what's the corner tile? It's 84. I want to see what happens when this gets built. If that reduces slightly. 75, there we go. It's a slight reduction. A slightly more efficient path. Oh, that's not going to get built anytime soon. Oh, I better bring that up, because I do need that built. I mean, this all needs to be built. Everything needs to be built. I need everything. I need everything done. There we go. I'm actually getting a lot more, because this is raised up, I'm getting a lot more green area. Which is good. In theory, I should build a wall along here. No credit card for you. You had to run to the store for game time cards. I never actually looked into it. Could you actually do that? Similar story, I suppose, for EverQuest, because like I knew of EverQuest, I didn't know any of how the internals of how you pay for that. I didn't actually know anyone who played it too. Yeah, them direct debiting. Damn. Now all I need is I suppose it should recover overnight. Yeah, so it's going to instantly recover. Yeah, it's not amazing, but it's at least something. Buy 3 cards for $20 and have 7 left over on each card. Use the remaining money from the 3 cards to play 1 month without running. Old versions came in a slim DVD case. I like a gift. Yeah, that's what I imagine. Just a gift. I say phone card, but yeah, gift card also. Basically the same. It's just a thing with a number printed on it that you type in. Then again, at the same time, you probably don't want to do that because someone would just crack it. Give themselves free time. I feel like I might have overbuilt this thing a little bit. What I really should be doing is clearing these out and replacing them with proper stuff. Yeah, what I can do is run this along and then have it dump here if it's bad water and dump here if it's good water. Kind of want to make it extend into like a natural tiered lagoon system. Maybe just throw lots of thingies at the problem. Yeah, all this stuff can go actually. Don't need any of it anymore. I don't know if I want to delete that yet. Problem is the bad water. Oh, that's an issue. I do hope the water comes back very soon. We've got a day. It'll be fine. We've got plenty of food. We've got plenty of water. Well, I got under 1,000 water. We're actually losing water. Where I am tempted to build a builder's hut. Right about there. And low priority workers. Alright, the water returns. Just close for contamination. And I've actually set these up. These, they don't close, they just below contamination 5%. Yep. So they keep, they spill contamination that way. As I say, I probably should just control that a little bit. Just need to go as crazy as it is. Oh yeah, that's why it's spilling over, is because I'm doing, yeah, there we go. Well, this thing wasn't opening properly, which didn't help, but yeah, because I'm narrowing 2 tiles down into 1, it's got a lot of back pressure. We're actually up to day 5. I'm amazed we're not seeing more droughts or bad tides. We're overdue for a bad tide. I don't want to jinx it, but there it is. I knew it was coming. It had to be coming. Yeah, we really need to push those through. Which means after these are built, we really need to get the rest of the thingies done. Still got gears. Yep, there we go. A bad tide is not good. I'm actually going to pause you because you don't really need to run now until we'll start running them when the bad tide comes through. Then they can pump a lot easier, a lot less inefficient. I do want to move the pumpers away from there eventually and make that like a backup one. Or here and there, like, 'cause I want to divert the bad water somewhere else anyway. I just kind of want to use this to put the bad water pumps up here and then, divert it off somewhere. Again, I'm still kind of inclined towards having this thing run across and then over here. Just a grand canal system. And then, depending on how long it is, we can start replacing these floodgates with the thingies. We can actually probably start that now in the sense that levy. Do that. I wonder if I can get away with too wide. Don't know if I can, but I'm going to try. Well, actually, no. That. You, and you. Those would yeah. That's right. Of course. These are for... I'm confusing the responsibility of these things. These things are just for regulating the depth. They're not for regulating normal flow. The dam is responsible for normal flow. This makes a heck of a lot more sense. So it goes over the top of the dam, and then these... oh, there's a bad tide. These, they close when it's above like 0.5, because there's a little bit of level here. This is closed at 1.65, so it maintains a little bit of level there. Does this work? Alright, here we go. So this thing... Yep, close. And it closes. Beautiful. And that one's closed. Yep, because of the contamination level. And now it's going around and down there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And now we just got to see if this overtops. Because of the back pressure. Which I'm very much worried about it happening. 13-day or 14-day. Ah, it's spilling over the back. Which is a bad sign anyway. I didn't want to cheese it by having it spill over the back. But I'll take it for now. I mean, I'm going to wall it off eventually. But I'm happy with that. That's a good result. We've successfully diverted the bad water around the good part of the colony. Right, seeing as though these are pretty much working, I'm going to deprioritize all this stuff. Just so other works can happen. Such as these here. Just get all this stuff done. This thing needed... So the big pump needs treated planks, which means we need the wood workshop. We do have pine resin now. Bad water for dynamite? Yes. We are collecting some. It wouldn't hurt to unpause that just to collect some more. Yeah, I might need to lift this up another tile. Although ideally I would just saw this cliff off and then I don't have to worry. It's actually where the system idea comes in, is have them drop down underneath and then pop up down in the town. Well, next slot to delete and upgrade. At some point, I really should be thinking about getting this thing. It is metal block, so it is entirely doable. Should perhaps maybe commit to it even. Commit to the big barrel life. Oh, you're achievement hunting space engineers. There are achievements still to hunt? They just release some more as a DLC? An achievement DLC? I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. What were the achievements? I never actually... Of all the games, normally I used to be really big on achievement hunting, and I haven't really done it much in recent years. I'm kind of... I never looked at the achievements for Space Engineers. I mean, to be fair, most of the achievements are kind of terrible and stupid. Do intro missions, some are just broken and don't work. Ah, that sounds about right. Check color of your suit 20 times in 10 minutes. That sounds appropriately dumb for Space Engineers. I think the last... So I did all of the... or nearly all of the Half-Life 2 achievements. Maxed those out. That was like the last time I really cared. Like properly grinded for it. I think it was straight... Like I got all of the achievements for... Episode 1 and Episode 2 of Half-Life 2, meaning yes, I did carry the stupid gnome for all the way through the entire stupid game. I got so good at the final Strider mission in the car with the gravity gun bombs, I was able to easily save all of the buildings from the Striders. I had that mission down so tight. I think the only one I'm missing out of the lot is the finding all the lambda caches in the original Half-Life 2, because it never gave it to me for some reason. I think I found them all twice and it still didn't give it to me, so I gave up. Negative 11 workers. Don't you hate it when you're short on a workforce? They're all... Yeah, they're all... Oh, it was you. No wonder I'm missing beavers. Alright, you... Go there, please. And get that done right now. It means I can delete the vast majority of these, which is good, because that frees up some logs. No, I'm going to delete all of them. There's no reason for him to... This thing's... What did I say it was? 4 times better? Effectively? So I might as well use that instead. Oh, you also pumped that dry. I wasn't paying attention to that. I probably should have been paying attention to that. Alright, so the water is going to start pushing through there, so it should clear this. This thing will open and close, but yes, it's just kind of sort of... Because this thing isn't built yet, it's still going to be kind of sort of contaminated. There it goes. Yeah, it's just going to toggle off and on as it flows. That's a problem though. But hopefully this will clear over time. 13, 12, 11. Alright. You need to come back up then. Deal with that. Yeah, and it should, yeah, just evaporate. And clear itself out. Oh, it's like just in time too, that had all dried out. Oh, I've actually built that one tile higher than I should have. Ah. That could be a problem. What are we, day 3? Thankfully not a drought yet. Again, or a bad tide again. Big water pumps. Decide to finally build your sluices and maintain water levels. That's the point that we're at right now. It's great. We've just started to really make use of them, and it's amazing. Is that it's sort of trying to flow? Yeah, again, because the hole's there. It's sort of trying to flow in, but it can't really go anywhere. That's concerning. You shouldn't be spilling over. I seem to have an issue of too much water. I'm not complaining. It's a good problem to have, but I'd like to be stockpiling as much as possible. Had to be. I'll just put another thingy there. Or will I? I suppose I will. I mean, saying that, I could reduce it to 2. That's no problem. I don't see... Like, this is meant to be an emergency spillover. It's not meant to be the primary thingy. Conveniently, I think that's actually everything built now. Yes, the whole thing's building up. What a problem to be stuck with. How long will it be? 17 days. Not too bad. Not too good either, but not too bad. Alright, the sluice is shut down. Yep, ka-chonk. And that one's shut. Bad water starts to drift around. Just think about how to do the inevitable slope. I mean, I can sink them into the ground, but it's more steps than I'm willing to invest in. So I'll just do something like that. Actually, no. There. Maybe another one up there, and then I can have rooftop terraces on top or something. Sure to what I'm thinking. For now, though, shrubs. And then lantern. There. These contribute. Bulletin pole. Beaver statue. Oh, that actually covers everything if I put it right in the middle. What I can do is plop them there, like that. Hammock doesn't do anything. Yeah, that'll do for now. Contemplation spot. It's a reasonably cheap one to unlock. Could probably put 4 in there. It's not a great path, but it's something. Concern is that as I block that off, it's going to push more bad water down here. It's this choke point that I'm worried about. I'm very worried about it spilling over. I need to pause you as well. Getting dicey. Same with over here. Look at that. You could generate some power through there with a water wheel. It's so constricted. See what happens when the last tile gets built. Oh, it is being built. Oh, that is so high. That is so high up. And it is pulsating. It is threatening to go over the top. Oh, it's still going up. I think this other one might go over the top though. Look how close it is to going over. It is so high. Might drop the priority on that just so I don't get contaminated beavers. Oh, there it goes. It's going over. It's breached. There you go. And just dump the rest. Well, that didn't entirely go to plan. I had a as I say, I've had a feeling it was going to happen. We just need to put another layer on it, really. Sounds simple. It's really a lot more involved. Alright, so we're under the aqueducts. I can't open. Oh, I suppose I could open there. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Thankfully, I did build this, which will keep this fed somewhat. Yeah, eventually I want to use the explosive to just make a more straight run through here. Just carve through here and then back across. At least for this one. This one I want to sort of send around. I want to send it around the entire map and over to this one, and then they can join together and do something. What that something is yet, I'm not sure. Maybe send it to a like a holding pond for bad water industry or something. And because of the update, I still kind of want to do an entire underwater system under the entire map, or under the this area. I'm just not entirely sure how I want to do it yet. What have we got? Yeah, they're filling in that. They should fill in that, and should start on the garden stuff. It's like they actually were building garden stuff, because it's all just logs. It's easy. Once that's done, I can delete the triple floodgate too. Because I shouldn't over top. Above contamination, above contamination. I was half tempted to save it actually before I touch anything. Those. Yeah, as long as I drop that, it shouldn't... It'll probably overtop the double floodgate, but it shouldn't overtop that if this gets built. If I deprioritize it, I should actually focus on some well-being. Well, I might prioritize this so they do well-being, and then I prioritize that so I can build the bigger lodges and get more workforce going, because I really need more workforce. A rooftop terrace. I might need a second campfire. And just generally... There it is. Like, start investing in some fun. Oh, that's the old temple. Herbalist. We do need that. Lido, that's your wet fur, so we do need that. Shower is an easy wet fur. I'll unlock that. The problem is I don't know where to put them. I think one tile from memory. I've completely forgotten. I forget every time. Yeah. Yeah, just do that. $13. 15, I think it was. 17. Next one being 12. And... Oh, you're only at 7, no wonder. Oh, because you're injured, yeah. So your well-being's very low. Are they just laying on the spot? Oh, you're standing there. There's a big shower. That is a big shower head. Hilariously enough, the water's just going to go over the top. So it's not going to matter what the contamination is. That kind of over the top is a bit of a problem. Uh-oh. That's a serious problem. I'm glad I didn't do that in the bad tide, because that would have been, well, bad. No. You go there. It's a good thing I unlocked the herbalist too. I don't remember what they actually need. But, they have a need. Why are you... It's a long way round. Not the brightest beavers in the bunch, are they? Come on, Khan. It's 12 out of 12. You gotta get it done now. Surely. I will reiterate that I am glad that I didn't do that when the bad tide was on. One thing that I hadn't really considered is that now, I think it was pointed out before, I'm pretty sure, that because I raised the water level here, this is now too narrow. It was originally relying on multiple depths, like using multiple depths to push through, but it can't do that anymore. Whoops, that's not right. Need to be maximum priority. Took 6 hours to get to Professor Oak's house. So not knowing much about Pokemon, is that a long time? Is that like the intro to the game kind of thing? Like it's the first thing you do? Yes. Oh, it had to be another bad tide, didn't you? The game knows. It knows my weakness. It's the first 3 minutes of the game. I had a feeling. I had an inkling. It's not actually that important. In fact, I don't want you going over there right now. I need this built. Super pronto. The worst part is, I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger. Kneecap that. Demolish that. Demolish that. Demolish that. God dang it. I'm trying to push it closer. Damn it. Close enough. Amazing. I managed to do something out of that. Blammo. Oh. Pachonk. Right, this one is going to be problematic because we don't have a good water... We didn't build up a good water supply. That's leaking through. I need to dump that. Well, we can salvage it somewhat by turning those on. Now that this area is not flooded anymore. But you can see it's overtopping. Yep, it's overtopping. Well, those beavers are in for a bad time. Oh, yep, one of them got contaminated. Yep, had to happen. Where is it? Herbalist. We need a herbalist. Right about there. Need... what is it? Dandelions, paper, and berries to provide medicines. This is a 23-day one, and we have 2,100 water. Not a lot more else to go by. This is going to be a tough one. Probably should have actually had this dump. You know what? Delete those. Yeah, what I probably should have done, instead of doing that, is do that. Dump the lot. I know there's a little bit of water in there, but there was clean water in there. That could have gone better. That's what we actually want. Yeah, so this thing, all it's going to do is just dump if there's contamination. That makes a lot more sense. Because I want the water, the main water flow to go around there. We don't want water flowing through here. After that, I need to demolish... I can manage to select the road there. Like that. Bam. And not accidentally demolish the whole thing that we spent ages building. Because that would be embarrassing. And I would probably just reload a save if I did that. And we'll just expand this along and make it taller. Go back one tile, we'll put a thingy there, and then another levee there. I think that'll be okay. Worst case scenario, I can actually dynamite out that, make it lower. Now, can we survive 20 days on 2,000 water? Probably not. Get a pump and tank in a small pool you have by the trees? Yeah, worst case scenario, I can pump this. I think you're right. Maybe pumping this is the way to go. Like that. Yeah, and force that issue. That's not a bad idea. Because that water's not doing anything anyway, currently. Just maybe enough? Yeah. Prioritized by haulers, so the haulers cover this area, haul this stuff. The haulers move the water, not the beaver pumping. I'm not sure if the contaminated beaver died of old age or what, because it seems to have gone away. It needs like 70 per day, and we were what, 16 days, so we need 1100. So we do potentially have enough water. I think it was 2.2, it was somewhere around there. We want to delete that. Now, further to this, expansion, so we need to lift this up another tile to its proper height. Do that. Delete you. Should be able to recover those materials. Go back a tile because I like having the corner fitted and proper. If I was so inclined, I would run the levee behind so you can walk along it, but platforms are cheaper. Go, just run it all the way along. Run it behind each one of these. So, but you don't need a thingy. That levee, and then along there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can actually build levees on top of platforms now. It's so nice. And that'll be the basis for stopping this overtop, even though this will overtop still, so we need to build that one beaver's pumping away. The colony depends on his pumping out that little pocket. I suppose if there's a shortage of beavers, I could actually turn the farming up. Although it sort of doesn't need it at the minute. So that's about to dry up. Can I afford a depth gauge? Depth gauge would be handy dandy. There's one there, and oh, there, it just dried out. Oh yeah, because it won't function anymore. We're losing out on. How far? Oh yeah, because I turned the hours up. Or I should turn those down again. Yeah, because no one's visiting the campfire or the rooftop terrace because they don't have time to. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to slow that down. We're going to see how low the water gets. I mean, the food is still maxed and the water is still at half, and we're most of the way through the bad tide now. So we'll see what we can do next time.